The anime begins when we see the main character named Yuki who is looking out of the classroom. His friend, whose name is Yuyuhi, comes there and talks to him. Yuki tells her, "Do not talk to me because people will think wrong about us," but she says we are childhood friends. She holds his hair and says that it has grown and she can cut it. Yuki is looking out of the classroom to see what is happening in the outside world when suddenly a magic circle starts forming there, and it starts getting dark. Now all the students are summoned and reach a new world. Yuki is very happy, and then suddenly some demons start moving towards them. Seeing those demons, all the students get scared and start running aside, but Yuki remains standing there. A demon attacks him, but Yuyuhi saves him. Yuki points a finger at the demon and he throws it away. When those students start leaving from there, some soldiers come and start fighting with those demons. Demons are very powerful, hence soldiers die in large numbers, but some demons also die. After some time, a girl comes and Yuki feels happy to see her. That girl kills a lot of demons using magic, and then Yuki goes away from there with Yuyuhi. In the next scene, all of them are present in the royal court, and the king thanks them and tells them a few years ago too we were attacked by demons and people from the outside world had come to save us. The name of our kingdom is Destinia. After some time, the queen comes and tells that 5 years ago a hero had stopped the war here. They all get confused and the queen asks for their help. After this, we see the knight who is teaching sword fighting to some people, and the girl is also there who is teaching magic to them. Yui has learned a little bit of magic and Yuki becomes happy to see this. After some time, the girl comes to Yuki and tells him, "You are just wasting time." Yuki calls her by her name Elka, to which she says, "I am your senior and you should talk to me with respect." Elka attacks him, but he throws her back. Yuki says, "Now you know who I am," to which she says, "You are Setsu and I waited for you a lot." Elka herself becomes a chair and Setsu sits on her. After some time, the knight whose name is Gran comes there and asks what is happening, to which Elka tells him that he is Setsu and he has returned. They go to tell Tia that Setsu has returned, then they all welcome Setsu happily. They stand on a bridge and ask Setsu, "How did you get back here?" Then we are shown the scene where Setsu had a fight with Tama and both of them had caused a lot of harm to each other and he was summoned to another world. Again, the scene shifts to the present and Setsu asks her what happened to Tama after me. Elka tells she could not find him. Setsu tells that when the battle of demons was going on, I felt the curse inside them and only Tama can do this work, and I think he is also responsible for that war. A knight comes there and tells Gran that the king is calling you. We see inside the royal court where the king declares war and says that we should not have made peace with the demons. Gran says we have to be patient, but the king does not listen to him. The queen says that now new heroes have also arrived and we must fight with them, on which everyone starts clapping. We see Yui practicing her magic and Yuki comes there. In the next scene, we see where Gran says that I could not convince the king to avoid war, but Yuki says that the attack will definitely have to be stopped and I will go there alone. All those people say that we will go with you as your personal guard, but he says that I will go alone. Those people start leaving from there using invisible magic. Elka quickly goes ahead and kills a knight and locks him in a box. Yui is near stairs. They come to a room where a sword is lying. The knights come to know about the dead knight and then they start searching for their enemies. Yuki now starts leaving, but during this time he sees Yuyuhi and she tells him that I will also come with you, but he says that there is too much danger there and I will go alone to stop the war. Yuyuhi tells him to close his eyes and then she uses her magic to fix his hair. We see a girl named Ruri and her grandfather owns a shop where Setsu comes to buy something. Ruri's grandfather tells him that I will not sell these things to you, then Setsu takes out some gold coins and after that he agrees. We see the scene of the present and Ruri is going somewhere with the help of her horse cart. On the way, the horse stops and is attacked by a wild monster and Ruri falls away. The last trace of her grandfather falls away, but she picks it up. She tells the monster to leave her, but as soon as he attacks her, Setsu arrives there and kills the monster. Ruri remembers that a similar man had come to her grandfather's shop earlier, but she ignores this. Setsu asks her, "Why are you carrying this luggage without a lap so late at night?" to which she says that she was in a hurry so could not hire a guard. She says to him that you become my guard because it is very important for me to deliver this package, but Setsu shows that I am in a hurry and in search of someone. Ruri forces him and then he agrees and says that I will drop you on the way. After this, both of them ride the horse and start leaving from there. They arrive inside a town where a lot of trading is going on. Setsu tells her that he has been here a long time ago. She tells that now we have to go further through a ship and she goes to the ship owner. The ship owner refuses to take them inside the demon continent because there is a war there. Some knights come there and tell Ruri that you are doing business and show your documents, we are doing inspection here. Ruri is told that we have to search your bag, to which she refuses. They forcefully start looking at her bag, but Setsu comes there and stops them. The knights take out their swords and Setsu also takes out his swords, but then they put their swords inside and give him a warning and go away from there. After this they are present at home and Ruri gives him a sandwich to eat. Setsu tells her that only the soldiers who have specific signs on their uniform can do the inspection. Ruri thanks him and he praises her too. Setsu tells her that you are not able to find any ship, to which she says that I will definitely find some ship or else I will buy a whole ship. Setsu says that a ship is very expensive and I have an idea to take you there. Ruri happily asks him how much money will you take, to which he says that I myself was going to the demon continent and you do not have to give me money. He says I will take you on one condition: if you rest today because you are very tired. Ruri is going to take a bath. She gives the valuable box to Setsu. She opens the box and sees a brooch inside it. Ruri tells that her grandfather was a big jeweler and one day a customer comes to repair this brooch but he could not get back. Setsu recognizes that brooch. Ruri tells that her grandfather had promised her that she would return this brooch to its owner. Now those people are sleeping at night and those knights come there and tell the room attendant that a guard and a merchant girl are staying here and we have to meet them. They come into their room and Ruri gets very scared and both of them jump down from the window. After that they both jump down into the water and a monster appears from the water. Setsu tells the monster that we are meeting after much time and will you drop us inside the demon continent. The monster takes them both away and then we see a massive flash of light where the demon continent is visible in the distance. We see Levia fighting a monster. The monster throws ink over Levia but she kills him and returns to Setsu. Then she asks, why did not you come to help me, to which he says I thought you will fight alone. Setsu tells Ruri that she is the god of the ocean and is my friend. Levia tells Setsu that the demonic fishing village of Valsi is close and on the other side of the mountain is Evil Barrow, the demon lord's castle. Setsu tells him that this is the place where you have to deliver your package. Ruri gets very worried because she has to deliver this package to the demon lord Desestal. Levia starts leaving from there but Setsu stops her. After some time some children come there and ask them not to fight among themselves. Setsu gives a squad ring to those children to eat, after which they become very happy. They pick up the squad ring and take it to the village where people are worried that they are not able to go fishing because of it, but they become happy after seeing this monster dead. They enjoy a party at night and Setsu is frying the leg of the squad by cutting it easily. At night a man away from the village is watching them and wonders if humans have attacked here. He is the personal guard of the demon lord. Now everyone goes to sleep at night and Ruri calls Levia. Ruri asks, how do you know Setsu, to which she tells that 5 years ago he wanted to go to my ocean without my permission and he defeated me. Levia thinks that she has lied to Ruri. In fact, she had fought to expand the war but Setsu defeated her. Ruri gets wonder after getting realization about Setsu. Levia tells that she is very happy at his returning back here. After some time Vlad comes there and says that I will kill all of you, but all of them are sleeping and he is quite surprised. Ruri and Levia are sitting near the water and Levia takes the fish out of the water and eats it raw. Vlad comes over there and says I was looking for Levia but I did not know she was with you. Vlad tells them that the demon lord is being asked to marry a boy named Terran Sneeder. He tells them to save her by stopping this marriage because that boy has a curse inside him and that is very powerful. Terran is a very big merchant who has a lot of money and they think that with his help they can stop the war. In the next scene we see Setsu and Levia going towards the demon king's castle. Some wolves attack them on the way and Levia has to fight alone. We are shown the scene of the past where Vlad says that we do not know about the wedding but it will happen sometime. But you will meet a lot of monsters on the way and you should keep your magic power safe. After this the present scene is shown again and Levia kills those wolves. Levia asks what will he do once he gets there in the castle, to which he tells that I will stop them from the wedding and will also kill Terran, but Levia says that how you will stop war without his help. Setsu says that I am suspicious of Terran. Some wolves attack them again but Levia defeats them with the help of her power. Levia tells that she wanted to keep peace in this ocean because this world is very beautiful. Now the scene of the present is shown and they reach Evil Barrow. We see Demon Desastal saying that she is tired of fighting now. Setsu arrives there and she fights him but Setsu defeats her and tells her that we should stop the war. After this Setsu gifts her the brooch, which was black and suits her very much. Vlad comes to the Demon King and tells her that he has no idea where Setsu is. She says that she will keep the promise she made to him to keep the conflict low until the end. In the next scene we see her inside the market where many people are very happy and are selling different types of things. Meanwhile Desastal's brooch gets broken and she becomes sad. Vlad comes there and says that there is a very good jeweler inside Destinia, I will get it repaired from there. A knight comes and informs Desastal that the army of Destinia is attacking us. She sets her own army and sends Xion and Laminia to Destinia to check the reality behind it. On the other side we see knights who are preparing for battle and one knight is very scared. A month has passed and there is still no contact with Destinia. Vlad comes there and tells Desastal that Terran wants to meet you. She meets him and he says I can stop the war with the help of my trading company, but in return you have to marry me. He shows her a necklace and says you should wear it. Vlad forbids her not to fall into his trap. Disastal is thinking about marrying Terran and Vlad comes there and explains to her, which she refuses. And then Vlad gets angry and says our entire army is ready, and if necessary we will go and fight. On the other side we see Terran, who is riding on a horse and saying it was very easy to convince Disastal, and now the demonic kingdom will be ours. After this, the scene from the present is shown where Terran and Disastal are going to marry. Terran takes out the necklace and asks her to wear it, and then tells the rest of the people, from now on I will be the demon lord and I will save this country from war. Disastal wears the necklace, and during this the window breaks, after which Setsu comes inside. He says, I am here to save you, and Disastal becomes happy to see him. Terran tells his guards to set up a super attack, but Levia comes there and she defeats those guards, after which Terran gets scared and runs away from there. A man comes there with his face hidden and attacks Levia with his dark magic saffron, but Setsu comes there to save her. The man says that he will tell all this to his master and runs away from there. The guards were made by a curse and the necklace was related to Tauma. Setsu breaks the necklace and says to Disastal that we will keep our promise to maintain peace. Vlad and Ruri come there and Ruri gives the brooch to Setsu. Setsu makes Disastal wear the necklace. We see that repair work begins on the castle. Setsu and Levia get ready to leave from there. Vlad and Disastal thank them and they say that whenever you need us you call us and we will come immediately. Ruri says, I want to run a shop here, and Disastal agrees. After this they leave from there. We are shown the past where Setsu is a child and plays with Yuyuhi and helps her with her studies because she is weak in studies. Then they grow up and go to different schools. On the way some boys tell her that her marks are not enough, so she should leave her studies, and they start harassing her. Yuki comes there and saves her. She tells Yuki that she has to study at all, then Yuki says that he will teach her and she will work very hard. Now the scene changes again where some girls are aiming at the target and they are very happy. Yuki takes aim at the target and destroys it, which leaves everyone astonished. She says to Elka that she wants to get training from you because she wants to be with Setsu. Elka fights with her and she is very surprised. Elka says that if you want to stay with Setsu you have to try to fight with the monsters. Meanwhile, a monster comes out of the water and Yuyuhi attacks it with her magic fire. That monster does not die and wounds Yuyuhi. Elka kills that monster and says to Yuyuhi that keep it in mind that you do not need to be afraid of the enemies. You have a lot of strength inside you and you do not need to think more while killing them. Next morning we see Yuyuhi in her room and Tia comes there and starts healing her wounds. She casually says that Elka has too much power over you, but she says that she herself told her to give her good training. Yuyuhi tells her that she wants to stay with Setsu and help him as he helped me. Then both of them come out and Elka is also standing there. In the next scene we see Glein, who is going somewhere, and during this time he sees Yuyuhi, who is standing sad. So he comes to Yuyuhi and asks, and she tells him everything. Then Glein says that fear is a natural thing and everyone has fear, but we need a reason to fight. In the next scene we see Yuyuhi, who attacks her target with a huge fireball, after which the ground breaks and everyone gets shocked. Yuyuhi says that I am now completely ready to fight with the monsters and now I have a lot of determination in me. Meanwhile, the same monster comes out of the water and she attacks it with fire and burns it to death. Elka is very happy to see this, but Yuyuhi says that the monster has not died and has decided that she will not kill anyone but will defeat them without killing. Elka says that you spoke exactly like Setsu and I liked it. We see that war is declared and those people start preparing for war and decide that they will protect their nation from the demonic kingdom. We see Yui there, who is very excited, and the episode ends. Setsu and Levia are going to the Beastmen and Levia is very relaxed and eating snacks. Setsu asks her, can you use magic power to take us there immediately, to which she says that it is not that easy. Meanwhile, their horse-drawn carriage stops and a girl rides inside it, seeing whom Setsu becomes happy because she was Elise. Elise has a younger sister with her also. Elise asks Setsu, where were you for the last 5 years? Setsu tells her everything and says that now they are going to the Beastmen continent to defeat Tauma and you should come with us to help us. She says that she cannot come because of a solid reason. I got training to fight with monsters and I killed a dragon in a village. She finds Aimer at the place where she used to live and she tells that the day the dragon attacked her village, my brother has not come back since then, and since then I live alone here. The scene from the present is shown again where Setsu asks, does it mean her brother was killed by the dragon? To which she says no, it is not so. Whenever that dragon attacks, the dead bodies also disappear from there, and this means it is not a normal attack. The scene is shown again in the present and they reach Evil Barrow. We see the Beastmen continent where a girl is returning from her work named Shireno. On the way, some people give her lots of things to eat and some children also come across her way and ask her to teach us how to fight monsters, but she says your job is to play, not fight. Shire Nico with a lot of eatables reaches home where her sister, whose name is Maniko, is ill and coughing. Shire Nico gives her some medicine, after which her cough stops. We see Levia and Setsu and they stop in an inn to take some rest during their journey. Shire Nico comes to the inn and gives some items to the receptionist in return for which she gives her the medicine which Maniko needs. Hiroinu gives her Setsu's photo and tells her that she has to kill him. It will be difficult for you, but you can take whatever you want in return. Shireniko is eating dinner with her sister at night and her sister is not able to eat the food properly. She says to her that she has another job to go to tonight, so you sleep without me. She reaches outside the inn and inside it Setsu and Levia are sleeping. Shireniko thanks Kuroinu for giving her this opportunity. Shireniko takes the key and goes to Setsu's room and attacks him with her nails out, but Setsu does not happen there. She again uses her magic power to attack him with a huge fire, but Setsu takes out his sword from the front and he throws her back. After some time her magic power starts to wane and a curse starts appearing from inside her. Setsu says she must have taken this curse from somewhere. In the next scene we see that when Shireniko regains consciousness she is present at her house and Setsu is sitting in front of her. She is attacking again, but Mineko stops her and says that he has brought you here after saving you. Setsu tells her that he can understand why you are doing this, you want to save your sister, but in reality your sister does not have any disease, but she has a curse inside her. Shireniko asks him that I will do anything to save the life of my sister. He points to the sky and a magic sword appears in his hand. This sword opens and starts absorbing the entire curse from Mineko. Kuroinu throws a weapon inside from the window so that she can stop Setsu, but Shireniko comes forward and that weapon hits her. Levia fights with Kuroinu. Kuroinu is very strong and attacks her, but due to the power of water Levia attacks her and throws her away. Kuroinu becomes angry with Shireniko for not completing the given task. Kuroinu tells that Tama wants to take over the whole world and for this he will kill all others who are against him. Mineko recovers completely and Shireniko becomes happy after seeing this. Setsu tells that around her neck was the same necklace which was around Disastal's neck, which means that she was attacked by Tama. Setsu says that he will stop Tama at any cost from doing this. In the next scene we see Setsu and Levia riding on a boat and going to meet the Beast King. Shireniko and Mineko tell them to take us along. We see a past scene where Roa, who is learning sword fighting from Setsu. Roa is already a trained girl and she learns sword fighting very quickly. Setsu says, you are the daughter of the Beast King and you are very brave, but you cannot defeat me. She replies, I will never accept you as a master. She fights bravely with Setsu without any fear. During this duel she defeats Setsu, which inspires him a lot as Setsu is a hero, but she defeats him. The scene then shifts to the present and we see Rigdam, which is the royal capital. After that, inside the royal court we see some people arguing. They are discussing the war and what we should do now to achieve success in it. Roa smells something and moves to one side. Setsu and others also arrive outside the court via a boat. Setsu tells the guards, let me go inside because I need to meet Beast King Regulus. However, he is not allowed inside the royal court. Setsu insists it is very necessary for me to meet the king and I know him personally, but they still do not let him inside. Shireniko and Mineko arrive there and say to the guards, Setsu is our master, let him go. The guards respond, you are humans and we cannot trust you. Setsu looks at the sky and Roa jumps down over those guards, rendering them unconscious. Setsu says to her, you are the daughter of the Beast King, and Roa responds, I can smell you and know that you are Setsu the hero. We have not seen each other in a long time. She then takes out her nails and attempts a super attack, but Setsu throws her aside, leaving her very surprised. After some time Regulus arrives there and feels happy to see him. He fights with Setsu and Setsu defeats him. The king becomes very happy and then they go inside. They decide to have a party for enjoyment, but Regulus suggests we should have a fight before the party. Setsu says, I have something important to do, to which the king responds, I understand that you want to talk about what is going on between demons and humans because they are at war. Setsu agrees and talks about the war between demons and humans. He tells Regulus that Tama is still alive and he wants to destroy everyone. Regulus says we should kill him at any cost. The king says, if that is the case then I cannot sit comfortably here and I will also come with you to end it at any cost. Regulus starts leaving from there, but Setsu forbids him, saying Tama can attack here too and you have to keep doing the same to protect this place. Roa comes forward and says, if my father cannot go then I am ready to go with you. The king responds, here, take Roa with you, she is much more powerful. A man named Rauga appears and he is the commander of the Zu Dorado army. He tells them demons and humans are each other's own enemies and a personality like Roa should not leave here because our own nation is also in danger. The king informs him about Setsu, to which Rauga says, is this the same one who went missing from here 5 years ago? How can we believe that he is with us or against us? Hearing this, other people also start doubting, but Roa intervenes and says, do not be influenced by Rauga's words, we can trust Setsu, and in the future he is also going to be my master. We see that there is a fight between Rauga and Setsu to decide who will marry Roa. The king makes their fight official and Setsu says, I did not even want to marry her. The king tells Setsu if you win you will get the support of the army and you will also get married to Roa. Rauga starts leaving from there, and as he leaves he tells Setsu, you and I will meet tomorrow in the arena and I will definitely defeat you, and then he leaves. Setsu questions the king, why did you need to make this fight official, to which the king responds, it is in your benefit only. Roa interjects saying Setsu is just like a master to me and he will definitely beat Rauga. Setsu confidently declares, I will defeat him without any doubt. Roa goes to Rauga and says Setsu will defeat you because he is more powerful than you. Rauga responds, I can also defeat him, and being a beast man it is important for me to do this. Then he shows a sign on his hand, a magic rune that converts strong will into strength. I will defeat him with this saffron. Roa is left unable to respond and walks away. Roa reflects in her heart, whenever I look at Tauga he does not look at me, and maybe this is the reason why I do not love him. At the day of fight everyone is very excited, praising each other. Roa also approaches Setsu and tells him you must defeat Rauga. The king explains to them this fight will come down to a timeout when either fighter can no longer continue or withdraws. The fight starts between Rauga and Setsu. Rauga attacks him with his nails but Setsu throws him back. Setsu tells him to show his full strength, after which Rauga transforms into a beast cat. Rauga becomes extremely powerful and performs an attack on Setsu. Setsu defeats him and says you should surrender now. Rauga becomes even more powerful and his eyes also start turning red as the evil inside him emerges and he attacks everyone. Setsu makes a plan to eliminate him and starts pulling out the curse from inside him, causing his head to disappear. We see Tama there, who becomes happy to see Setsu. He attacks Roa but Setsu saves her. Tama tells Setsu, we will destroy all people and then you and I will rule this world. Setsu responds, stop your nonsense, I will never let that happen. After that Setsu and the others start going to stop the war. Regulus says, I will send my army there to help you soon. We are told the story from 10 years ago, where Setsu and Tama have been transported to another world. The king thanks them for their arrival. Setsu is practicing, and Tama tells Setsu that we cannot fight here. Setsu responds, now that we have come into this world, we have to stop the war, and there are demons and monsters in this world. Setsu says, we belong to the same hometown, so we are brothers, and I will help you in any difficulty. Tama becomes happy, and they promise to each other to stop the war. Setsu leaves, and Tama watches him from behind. After a few years, Tama becomes strong and he attacks a temple with his army. He kills various people, and as he is leaving a voice emerges from a statue saying, I can see your inner side. The statue offers to make Tama even stronger. Tama continues to kill various people and his own army is finished, but he persists in his struggle to become stronger. A knight appears and informs him that the war is going to end and the people who will end this war are coming here soon. A horse cart appears, and in this cart we see Setsu, Regulus, Disadal, and many others who are heading to the palace. Upon reaching the palace we see that the war has ended because of Setsu and all the people are happy with Setsu. They are going to enjoy a party and Tama feels jealous because of Setsu's success. Tama says we should go back to our world, but Setsu responds there is no need to go back because everything is fine here now. An evil voice emanates from the necklace and encourages Tama to do evil against Setsu. Tama attacks Setsu and a fight ensues between the two. They both get injured, and after that Tama goes to the temple and feels tired. A light appears and he sees that some people are experimenting on bodies and torturing them. Tama attacks them and a blast occurs, causing the building to shrink. Tama is going to free those people and then says to them, you should join me to destroy this world, and they agree. We see the present scene where Tama's wounds have been healed and he says to his people, now we will rule over this world like a god, and they agree. We see the army of Destinia, which is going to attack the demonic kingdom. Setsu's classmates are on a ship along with many others like Elka, Yuyuhi, and Gran, etc. One soldier says they are near the demonic kingdom now and they will defeat the demons, showing them how strong they are. Tia mentions that she is sensing the presence of Tama and her senses are always accurate about him. They suspect that Tama is behind the war, but they will try to avoid the conflict with Setsu's help and follow Setsu's orders. Yuyuhi adds that Setsu promised to stop the war and will do his best there. They reach the demon continent and the war is about to begin. The demons spot them and start firing at them. The humans retaliate and kill some demons, but they also suffer casualties. Setsu's classmates hide themselves and wait for the right time to attack. Elka agrees with them. Elka and Glein step forward to attack. Setsu's classmates also move forward to engage in combat. However, a nervous girl remains standing and a demon attacks her, but Yuyuhi saves her and she expresses her gratitude. She tells Yuyuhi that she was terrified and feels sorry about it. She starts crying and Yuyuhi comforts her, telling her not to be scared under any circumstances. After some time the demons become horrified and start retreating because they feel that they are less powerful than the Destinian army. Some armored soldiers appear from a circle, and these were the same ones who attacked Destinia. Eliza emerges from the circle and attacks the Destinian army. Elka freezes the soldiers and kills them, but they realize that there were real men inside the armor. After that, Aimer arrives and attacks them. She cuts her arm and blood spurts onto the ground. This blood isn't normal, it contains a magical power. The blood transforms into 4 powerful monsters that attack them. They manage to kill those monsters one by one, and in the end Eliza attacks them, but Glyne counterattacks and defeats her. Now Aimer is alone, but her magical power is increasing. Aimer has an extra living part and she is alive because of this. She says, "We were tortured in a room and Talma saved me. We will follow Talma under any condition because he is our master." A magic circle appears and a huge monster emerges from it. It attacks them, but they manage to throw it back. After 2 attempts, the power of Yaoi, Elka and Glyne has been depleted and the monster is about to attack. However, Eliza attacks the monster. She feels sympathy for Aimer and reflects on her past. The monster turns into a stone and is defeated. A powerful man appears and Yaoi gets ready to attack him. Afterwards, Setsu jumps down from the top and says, "You do not need to worry because I am here now to help you." We start on the Beastman continent, where a man suggests to King Regulus that they should go to the demonic kingdom for an attack. Another man disagrees, saying that war is not the better option. Regulus reassures them, saying Setsu will have reached there and you do not need to worry about that. We see Keiju, who is ready to attack, but Setsu arrives. Yui becomes happy to see him and Setsu tells everyone, "Now you all are safe because I have come." Yui says Elka has given me very good training and she hugs him. Then she apologizes, realizing she had gone out of control. She changes herself into the shape of a chair, which makes Setsu angry with Elka. He asks, "Why are you teaching her such a bad thing?" Setsu says, "I am enough for Keiju alone," and adds, "I waited a long time for your arrival." Setsu also mentions that Keiju was present at the palace of Disastal, and Setsu remembers that they had a fight before. Keiju tells Setsu that he should not help these people because they are useless. Setsu disagrees, saying, "I will protect them," and mentions that Keiju always has a habit of helping useless people. After a while, Korinu appears and Shirinoko and Mineko also appear and attack her. Korinu is very strong and attacks them, but after some time they merge into one another. They reveal that this is their secret power and attack Korinu using their wind beast abilities, causing her to fall down injured. They break all of her hands and she tries to attack again, but they kill her. She remembers her past, how men experimented on her sister. Her eyes fill with tears and she dies. The battle is not over and they decide to move further to end this battle. We see Verdos being attacked by many soldiers, but he remains unharmed. Roa comes there and attacks him, throwing him back, but his body is very strong and made of iron. Verdos says, "I am obeying Talma, who is very kind to me." Roa responds he is a bad man who is destroying the world. Roa attacks him and he changes himself into the form of metal balls, throwing them at Roa and injuring her. After that, Verdos transforms himself into the form of nails and attacks her, but she becomes more powerful and attacks him. He gets hit and his body starts breaking. Verdos heals his body using a healing illusion and then she leaves from there. On the other hand, we see a fight between Setsu and Kergu, where Kergu attacks him but Setsu escapes. Setsu uses sword magic and kills him. In the last scene of this episode, we see Talma, all his comrades are now dead and he is about to emerge. Setsu feels happy, thinking, "Now I will destroy you," but Talma says, "I will destroy the world." We see Evil Barrow, where Levia arrives and Disastal tells her that everything is fine here. After some time, Talma arrives and attacks Levia and Disastal. He says, "We are seeing each other after 5 years. Setsu arrives there and Talma says, "I will kill Levia and Disastal, and after that I will destroy the world." Setsu responds, "I will never let you do that and I will never let you succeed in your goal." Both of them engage in a fight and their magic power is so high that a golden wave is emitted, causing Talma to fall behind. Talma attacks Setsu with a weapon, but Setsu swings his sword forward, deflecting it, which hits the roof and destroys it. Talma launches several attacks and he takes his sword behind him to attack Setsu. Setsu becomes injured and he retaliates, causing Talma to fall down due to the heavy attack. Talma transforms his sword into a gun form and launches a super attack, but Setsu blocks it from the front and it hits the wall of the castle. The attack goes straight into the mountain, creating a wave inside the mountain. Now both of them start fighting in the open air and Talma turns his gun into a machine gun, launching heavy attacks on Setsu. Setsu counters by attacking him with both of his swords in a powerful move. Then we see Yui and other people arriving at the scene. Setsu is happy to see all those people there and tells Talma that all your comrades are dead, so you should surrender. However, Talma says, "You always leave me alone." Talma's evil power starts to emerge and then Setsu becomes worried that he is not dealing with Talma but some other evil power. Talma gathers more power and attacks Setsu and his companions. His friends create a barrier over themselves, allowing them to escape. Talma uses his magic to launch a series of attacks. Then Setsu looks at his sword again and transforms it into a huge gun, unleashing a super attack with great force, which causes Setsu to fall down and get injured, with his sword also breaking. Talma comes near him and starts laughing, saying, "I have defeated you." However, Setsu stands up again and declares, "You can never defeat me." He uses dimensional illusion, leaving Tauma quite shocked. Setsu thrusts his sword deep into the ground and says Earth Eater. Some stones appear and Tauma becomes trapped inside those stones and disappears. In the next scene we see Setsu with Tauma. He says, I just wanted to take out the curse from you. I did not want to kill you. Setsu's companions also appear there. In the next scene, Tauma is locked inside the jail and Setsu tells him to use his transfer illusion to send all my classmates to their real world as their punishment. Tauma uses his magic power and sends all of Setsu's classmates to their original world. Tauma and Setsu go their separate ways. We see Levia, who is near the sea, and a big octopus emerges from the sea and attacks her. We see Elise, who is recovering. Setsu goes to Desastel and she tells him that the demon castle is getting better. Setsu goes to meet King Regulus, where he sees Roa Shireniko and others, and Regulus now has a strong army. Setsu and Yubi go to enjoy their journey and Setsu says this world is so beautiful, and the story ends here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe our channel and hit the bell button for more future videos.